Stay up to date with all that's happening with the new national party, NNP. Send us a message via text or WhatsApp on 405-8683 with your name, email, and constituency. Stay in the know with NNP. Get updated.
It's coming, the new family of EC polymer notes.
What is different about these notes?
The feel.
Polymer notes are made from a thin plastic film which makes the notes feel smoother than the paper notes.
The orientation.
The notes have a portrait orientation. You will read the notes from top to bottom instead of left to right as you do with the paper notes.
Unique tactile feature.
The front of each note has raised bumps at the top left-hand corner. These bumps form shapes that are familiar to you.
Holographic foil strip.
This feature is on the $20, $50, and $100. When you tilt the notes, the images and colors in this section will change.
New image on the $50.
The back of the $50 bears the image of former governor of the ECCB, the late Honorable Sir K. Dwight Venner.
New signature.
All the notes bear the signature of the current governor, Timothy N.J. Antoine.
EC polymer notes. Cleaner, safer, stronger.
The workers of iniquity dig a pit for me. Now they're waiting for me to fall in. Trying to take me bread and butter with lies and propaganda. But they're fooling. They're only fooling. I will not be afraid of what man can do to me. Man, you see, is only vanity. You see, oh God bless no man can. He shall never hunger or thirst. Oh God bless no man shall ever curse. He shall be first. He shall be first. Lord. All these years of toil, burning the midnight oil, creating something from nothing. Now it reached maturity and gained popularity. Some of them claiming it's their own thing, but a short truth always prevails finally. So the death of lies and deceit is a certainty. You see, oh God bless no man curse. He shall never hunger or thirst. Oh God bless no man shall ever curse. He shall be first. He shall be first. All this envy and jealousy is causing disharmony. It's appalling and frustrating. But whosoever diggeth a pit, they shall fall in it. What they sow in, they shall be reaping. But my house is strong and no one can push it down. The foundation is from now till thy kingdom come. You see, oh God bless no man curse. He shall never hunger or thirst. Oh God bless no man shall ever curse. He shall be first. He shall be first.
people business. All interfering with the right man, yes. Fire for fire, man. Sing it. Good guy. Good guy. Good guy. Just because I sing it, you can.
Good morning to Grenada, Carriacou, and Primatnik. Once again, it is time for Hard Talk. My name is Sheldon Scott.
And I'm Devon Romain.
33 minutes after the hour of 10 o'clock on the Isle of Spice. It is now, exactly 10:33. And we say a special good morning to all of you listening via the various media. Those of you listening via 97.5, CitysoundFM.
And 89.5 CRFM.
Those of you in Carriacou, Petit Martinique, the Grenadine Islands, who are listening via 92.9 out there, Sister Isle Radio.
And 94.9 Wheat Noise Radio out there in Brooklyn.
Yeah, we say a special good morning to you, Wade. Haven't heard from you for a little
In a
while.
while.
Also, AC Major. Yeah, man, I haven't heard from you, bruh. What's up? Yeah, you gotta let us know what is going on, man. We haven't heard from you for a little while, all right? Nice, because we know you have the fancy hat and
Yeah, I
tea
feel coming
party
up.
that is coming up. So
Yeah.
let us know how that is proceeding,
Yep.
the exact location and all of that. Yeah, so that we can go on out there and tell everybody. Carol, good morning to you, dear.
Yeah, good morning to you, my dear.
Good morning to you and Stephen, Carla, all of you on to the live this morning. Remember to like and share. Like and share the live. Like and share the live. All right? Nice.
Man need a difference and Alex is them wicked man. So don't you hear me calm me down. Because I like it, calm me down. All them hypocrite calm me down. Oh God, it sounds sweet, calm me down. Oh Lord, good God. Politician, you keep writing and playing, while taxpayer money going down the drain. Agriculture gone so low, it's a shame. AIDS and drugs flowing down here like rain. But a humble guy like me who fighting for a living, them bypass it out and on my back they keep on stabbing. Cause they see me as the Judas, what they should know for the last. You see I don't monkey, jumping from party to party. Give me all of them food for, man to sell out to me that. So look again, me cry me down, because I like it. Oh God, it sounds sweet. All them hypocrite cry me down.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. Cry me down. Yeah.
And they won't stop, eh?
Yeah. Crying down, man.
Crying down.
Man. Crying down, man. You know, interesting. We did that program yesterday. And as I said, yesterday, if Shaggy Duncan, what's his first name again? Patrick Shaggy Duncan.
Patrick Shaggy Duncan.
If Paddy, if Patrick Shaggy Duncan doesn't do a program in the morning, and if you don't have Brenda Batiste, certain radio programs have nothing to say.
They can't proceed.
They have nothing to say. They have to close down. They don't have nothing to say because they lack the intellect to keep a proper conversation in relation to issues.
And the depth.
And they try to give the impression of intellect by going and, they may read something online or they read something on newspaper and they just take whatever they see as gospel and they don't do any of the peripheral research that a proper journalist would do to say, okay, this article is nonsense or this article is sensible, but there are other factors that contribute towards what is being said here. They ain't doing that, They ain't doing that at all.
Well, when you concentrating on propaganda and trying to malign and everything,
Let's call them what they are.
Yeah.
They are basically media vagrants. You understand? They are media vagrants. We don't really have much vagrants in Grenada, but they are media vagrants.
Lumpens.
They spend their time just digging in garbage. They are vagrants in the truest sense. They spend their time digging in garbage and begging.
Yep.
So I have no better way to describe them than media vagrants. Yeah? Anytime you see, from now on, that is the media vagrant. You change it from dum-dum, the media vagrant.
The media vagrant.
Yeah, media vagrant. That's what it is right now.
Yeah, and that sticks, yeah, because that they love to beg.
Yeah, media vagrant. Yeah, that's what they are. The media vagrant. Anyway, let me behave myself this morning. Go and think, those people. Morning, Kiami.
Cry me down.
Morning, Miss
Cry me
Kiami.
down.
Morning. We hope that you have a wonderful morning today. Yeah, we have funeral today, man.
Yeah.
Gonna be putting down,
funeral.
Master Martin.
Yeah. Fidel.
Up there. From up there in Bolio. Yeah, gonna be putting him down today. A main supporter of the new national party. Flagman. Yeah, if you're going
Flagman.
over photos over the years of major NNP activities and even minor NNP activities. Yeah, is a guy sometimes used to leave Bolio and end up all in St. Patrick and you wonder, well, wait, top Flagman, each of you, what you take?
You know when I really admired him and realized the stalwart he is, I mean, to NNP, while NNP was in opposition, 2008, a day after, 2 days after, he was never moved, He was still basically campaigning, all in green with his flag, up and down the northeast every single day, and that day sends a message, right, to me in particular.
And we open the phone line. Since
Good morning and welcome.
Morning, Devon.
Good morning, my friend.
How are you, my brother?
Hey, not too bad.
Morning, sir.
Yeah, morning, Mr. Scott. How are you, man?
They me no media vagrant, but
Nah, man. That one is a double vagrant.
Somebody just pledged $5 towards our light bill. Here, $5, folks. We've been pledged $5 towards our light bill. All right, so. Unlike other people, when people pledge money, we go let you know how much we collect at the end of the month. So somebody just pledged $5 towards HARDTALK light bill, right?
Yeah, man. That man is a double vagrant. Not a one vagrant, a double vagrant. Yeah, a double. Easy, a double vagrant. And everything. Eating from the garbage bin, man. Yeah.
And he no shame, eh?
Yeah, man. Yeah. Anyway, as I say, but I'm talking of St. George's, the people concerned about the funeral today, as I say yesterday, my brother going to rest today, thing, as I tell you, that man do all the contribution to, his party, and so on. So, I'm begging the people, 1 o'clock, the bus leaving. So
Remind me what church again?
Huh?
Remind me what church he's being churched in?
The church in Bolio, I think, is by the cemetery there.
Right by the cemetery.
Right by the cemetery, the one right there. Okay.
Yeah, New Testament.
Yeah.
New Testament. Yeah.
And so on. We had to give that man, what he deserves,
Yeah.
And so on,
Yeah, somebody from St. Andrew was speaking to me this morning, but they were under the false impression his funeral is tomorrow, actually.
No.
Yeah,
today,
so I had to correct
today,
them. Yeah.
Today,
It is today.
Sheldon,
So put on all the green and come, eh? Nice.
One more thing I have to say, Sheldon, definitely when we had the last thing, when we had was the last election there, I could never forget that man there, and man, he real tight. That man there and he boss there, and for the time that man see me with the big flag, he jump up that bus and he say, nah, boy, I have to stick with my partner there, boy. And me and he go up right by Marshall, we had the big place there. Remember, to by us had the place there?
Yeah.
Yeah, right up there, boy. And a man just, a man just decided with the sticky with the people. One thing I like him also too, he don't trouble nobody. He don't, the business. If you understand, he are respectable. You know what I mean? And thing. By the time I know him, I don't just know him yesterday or today,
Me too, man.
Cool, so like just quiet, cool and calm and nice and everything. He a journey real good, soul here. As I say, he gone and leave us. We in front, we behind, you know what I mean? So, I have to say definitely, may you rest in peace. I get myself organized already, long time already. Take out my clothes, everything already.
Okay. All right, you're ready to roll.
Devon,
Hey, boss.
I need some mango in Jumbie, please, eh?
Boy, if I tell you...
Some cane. When we used to go and pull on them cane, coconut bat, put cane on top coconut bat and go down to drop on the chalk,
Watch.
But the days, I always talk about that. That days, boy, that was fun.
Can't come back. But between...
Dry pea soup and thing when they give,
Between me and you right now, I am a legal alien when it comes to Jumbie right now, That's how long I've been there.
Yeah, no, we would not because we take back we can.
Yeah, see what?
You know you go.
All right, my brother. One love.
Sheldon, bless.
All right,
Stay
sir.
blessed. Take care.
I'm going to say something. I'll go hold it back. No,
Yeah.
I ain't going to say that now, boy. I'm going to say
Yeah,
that out. Kimran,
man.
good morning to you, bro. Yeah, he does these social media courses and so on. Yeah, he does the social media courses. Folks, we did have a guest that was scheduled to be in today, but they did have a little injury, so they cannot make it in this morning. And usually we don't say who the guests are, but they had a little injury, so they can't make it in this morning. They have to get that sorted out, dressed and so on. So they cannot make it in this morning, but we promise you that guest will be in any time from now. All right. So I just get confirming the details there. The funeral is going to be at the Bolio New Testament Church, interment at the Bolio Cemetery. All right. Yeah. And the NNP Youth Arm sends out their condolences to his family and friends. And same partner we're talking right now. I seen a picture of the man and I seen he in the background.
Yeah.
We have a call.
Good morning and welcome.
Hello.
Good morning.
Morning, Mr. Sheldon.
Morning, sir. How are you?
Morning, Mr. Devon. Good man is here.
Morning, sir.
How things?
Good man.
Listen,
Mm.
the pipe,
Yeah.
everything is well.
Good.
Yeah, well, Vaughn listening,
All right. Everything is well, man. I passed today yesterday and everything was well.
All right.
Perfect.
And then you will see later, man. Green Pastor.
Yeah. But here now.
All right.
This is the number to call and contribute
This
to the program. Okay.
this is hard talk. In the morning, there's our program what Shaggy does do. Plead your cause. Yeah. And then you have another program it does have after Shaggy. They please your beg. Yeah. Anyhow, right. Okay. Nice. Yeah. Anyhow,
Please contribute.
just pledge your cause.
Let me leave that alone. Good morning and
Hello,
welcome.
good morning.
Good morning, Cami.
Good morning to Sheldon and Devon.
Yes, my dear.
Good morning. My sympathy goes to Martin family. I know we were in today. And also to the NNP family. I cannot make it, but somebody wants to represent me. The flag man.
Yep, man.
And Sheldon and Devon.
Yes, ma'am.
And to Grenadians all over the world today who's listening to Hard Talk. I want to let the Grenadian people know this morning that the Prime Minister, Dr. Keith Claudius Mitchell, is strong and well. You hear me? I want to tell you that, Sheldon, last night, yesterday evening, I just go up home early. Something tell me go home early and rest. And I lie down on the bed. And I was thinking of the things I hear people saying about the Prime Minister, to be honest. Because that would make me call yesterday. And I was kind of worried. You hear what I say? I'm wondering, Sheldon Scott and Devon and Mr. Watson, Zingo and Patty and everybody in Canada and in America. Be wondering. I go to Costa Baroni, but then I say no. I answer, I say good night. I say, who is this? And the person says, stop. I say, hallelujah. Hallelujah, thank you, Jesus. The Prime Minister say, I say, where you there? He tell me they need a hotel in the United States of America. That was after 8. The man called me to tell me, stop worrying, he's strong and well. He said, can he respect around as me? So the rumors that everybody is spreading, I got a call from the United States of America with my Prime Minister, Grenada Carriacou. All they stop the rumors, the man is strong and well. And immediately, I had to call 2 good friends of mine. I said, you listen, look on. That was rumors. I tell you the lady and the man that come here and tell me, go on, we need a pray because she's dying. The cow keep Michelle dying. We have to pray for him. Strong, solid boy. Don't make it, I want me hug. I want my hug. If you get chance, and you could pass here any day, I want a big hug. Sheldon Scott,
Yes, my love.
you hear what I say?
Yes, ma'am.
And I know he listened. The man say he tell you that he listened to the program. And he heard me. I said, the man have his mom and his sister and brother
Yes.
and daddy have me in a kind of way. And I get a call from him last night. Grenadians, will you stop this thing? Yeah, stop it. Have a blessed day.
All right,
All
my
right,
dear.
Sharon
Gabby.
and Devon and the rest of people. And also to Peter Davis, the MP,
Yes.
my boy.
I'm going to talk about him just now.
Dr. Thomas, good morning. Wherever you is, sir. And you know who just passed and look for me there? Stillman daughter. Ray, the lawyer.
Yeah,
The lawyer.
Ray. Yeah.
Just come and give me a big hug.
A nice young lady.
Like, ooh,
Ray
yes, sweet,
and Sandra,
sweet
good
young
morning,
lady.
you know me, teach. Your auntie. Have a blessed day.
All right, my love.
Bye-bye.
And can we, just as you mentioned, just to let you know, kind of sidetrack, happy birthday to former Prime Minister Tillman Thomas.
Today's his birthday.
Today's his birthday.
Hey, Uncle Tilly, happy birthday. Hey, Uncle Tilly, if I didn't know.
Yeah, we big like that, despite you on
Uncle
different
Tilly,
side.
Pass by Rivers.
Yes.
Pass by River Antoine. Go down the road, pass by River Antoine. Take a bottle of your choice and just send the bill for me.
Yeah, and for
Send
me,
the bill.
Uncle Tilly pass by Saudi, or you know it, I your partner. Pass by Saudi and take one on me.
Yeah.
You
I know if you
understand?
don't drink alcohol, but you might take it for when people come by you.
Yes.
So pass by River Antoine, take something, and we go organize. right?
Enjoy your day, boss.
Hey, but Devon, some wonderful news coming out there. But before we get into that, let's take this call. We'll give some priority to the callers this morning.
Hey, good morning, Sheldon. Good morning, Devon.
Good morning, my
Morning.
friends.
How are everything?
Hey, good man.
When I listening in the program, I heard you mention Martin Flagman. I never knew that he died.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, so like I said, condolences to Martin family. And we should each everyone that to be strong. Yes, it come a time that we have to leave, but it will be a sad time. I send a condolences to him and the family. And Brother Sheldon and Devon, I want to say something. People with hate never have anything good thing to say about the people that they hate. They always have negative things to say about a person. What Brother Sheldon I want to say, what you wish for is to come back to haunt you. And if you have nothing good to say, you should keep it short. I remember not long, since 1995, 1984, all kind of things they say about a cemetery. The more you say about negative things about him, you make him more strong. And if you check NDC party, the born of hate, they have nothing good to say about nobody, only negative things. And people seeing through them. They seeing through them. They don't love. They don't love people. Only and they don't care. But see, when you love people, and if we get somebody sick, you reach good for them. You will never reach bad for somebody. I will reach good for somebody. You do matter like a person, but if you're sick, reach out to be, you still back to perfect. But not to them. And see, Russia and Devon, they're not changing. In 2013 election, the same attitude. 2018 election, same attitude. And they're going on the same road. Right? You call them the unchangeable party, the party of negative. They are not a party of positive. They are not a party that care and love people. I want to see people lifestyle better. They only care about themselves. So I want to say to Kami, don't worry. That is in perfect health. So we not but we know all the old talk, all the old propaganda. Right? Propaganda will only last for a time, but the truth will always stand and we stand forever. So Brother Devon, Sheldon, you all have a wonderful day. God bless you all.
All
right, my friend.
Thank you. Yes, indeed.
Wait.
440-7377.
And 347-329-3101. You know, Sheldon, you made a point there. I just want to expand a bit. Since I know myself, I'm like actively in politics from around after the revolution. Doc is one of the politicians, in my view, right, got the most criticism, the most bad name, the most, maligning from the word go, 1984, up till this day.
And that's why Grenadians still love him so, because
and he's standing so
the
strong.
politicians who do that fail to recognize, and the politicians who are outright politicians, and there are some who are hiding behind different veneers, and they're politicians as well. Some in trade union, some in NGO, some in even the church, and they're hiding behind different veneers, but they are politicians. But with that, the more that they attack him, is the more people love him.
More he become more popular.
And they just didn't realize that they're just extending on his life.
Because
Go ahead.
You see, and he continues to show love to people, irrespective of what he gets, right? Because he's not looking for anything as a man, as a prime minister. He is there to do a duty, right? To serve the people. That is what he's there for, and that is what he's doing. I mean, I was on the other side, and I could tell you the amount of attacks that I know that one man got. Sometimes I wonder, Lord, this man have a mother or he has family. I'm telling you, I'm serious about it. But he's still standing strong.
Yeah.
You know?
Still standing strong. And let me say a special good morning to you, Helen Marie.
Yes.
Yeah,
Good morning to
registration
you. Good morning
continues
to you,
for
Helen.
both her junior and senior bands. So for those of you that want to play Pretty Mass on the Road, go on down there at the NIS Small booth number 1. Check out Helen Marie, the original NIS Smaller. Go and check out Helen. You can see the costumes there, and you can register. And also, if you want your children to play Mass, they get a chance to play on the road on Carnival Tuesday as well. So apart from pageant on Monday, they get a chance to be on the road Carnival Tuesday.
Carnival Tuesday.
Yeah, they're usually to the front, and then the senior ones behind. And so you could check out Helen Marie. Yeah, man. Nice Mass. And over 20-something years in the business now. Helen Marie and Associates. They rebranded this year and that sort of thing. But Devon, I also wanted to read quickly an article here. And it's coming out from a place that I want to go soon. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov held a meeting on Tuesday with Peter David, the top diplomat of Grenada, a small nation in the Caribbean Sea, during which the two diplomats discussed the prospects for the implementation of promising joint projects in a variety of areas. David's official visit to Moscow has become the first such visit of a Grenadian foreign minister to Russia since the re-establishment of bilateral diplomatic ties in 2002. I wonder who was in government then, boy. Anyway, today we have confirmed our intention to build up political dialogue, including through our ministries. We mentioned good opportunities for the implementation of joint projects in the area of economy, investment, healthcare, education, culture. In particular, we talked about prospects for supplying Russian wheat to Grenada.
Wow.
And delivering fish products, spices, coffee, cocoa, fruit to Russia from Grenada, Lavrov said at a joint press conference after the meeting. According to Lavrov, the two countries also have promising projects on the production of building materials in Grenada and on the deliveries of Russian vaccines and medical equipment to the Caribbean nation. A project on the construction of a regional medical center, which can be built in Grenada and whose services will be available to 18 million citizens of 5 countries in the Caribbean region, is very, very promising, the Russian minister added. The two sides also raised a number of international issues, in particular the situation in Venezuela, during the talks, Lavrov said. So, Honorable Peter David, he went to Russia and he met with the Russian foreign minister. His counterpart over there. And several interesting discussions there. Imagine us being able to send Grenadian spices and Grenadian fruits, and so because of the climate of Russia, they cannot grow the fruits that we grow in our climate here. We down here hot. Up there's a different type of heat when it's hot, but down here hot. Devon might be to no, you didn't go Russia.
I didn't reach it.
You didn't reach there yet.
I didn't have time reach it.
Yeah, but I think this is a wonderful, and I think. I keep saying I think when I know it, but I know that Honorable Peter David is on track here because it mentioned fish products. Yeah. You can't beat Grenada for that. No way we'll be able to supply the whole of Russia. But if they could take the majority of what we produce and spend millions of dollars on us, tens of millions of dollars on us, that's only going to benefit the Grenadian fishermen. And you see, this is the thing where a lot of people don't understand. You say, a minister out, minister out, minister out. But when minister is out, they're holding meetings that come back to benefit you, the small man. But a lot of people don't explain it, and this is how it happens. Honorable Peter David left Grenada. He went to Russia. He met with the Russian foreign minister. There is now the possibility, high possibility, of Grenada being able to export fish to Russia.
And spices.
And yeah, fish, spices, coffee, yeah. Cocoa definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
And fruits, mango and so.
Nutmeg.
And we know we have enough mango to send, innit?
Oh, yeah.
We have enough mango to flood the whole of Russia.
Yeah, and different species too.
Yeah, mango, we have mango, lap and cut. Russia is how much? 200 million people?
Yeah.
Around that?
Yeah, we could supply them with a...
You that teach me that one, I thought it was more than that.
For the year.
Yeah.
We could supply them with a vast majority, amount of mangoes.
Gertrude, morning. Right. Somebody done check me there for the spice and cocoa already.
Long time.
Now, here's how this assists you, the average Grenadian. Now, the guys who are out in the boat fishing right now, and the guys with the tuna boats, and the other fishermen and so, what it's saying here is that once that market is opened to Grenadians, the fish that you catch could find itself to Russia.
Yeah.
And you could be assured that you wouldn't have fish on your hands that you don't know what to do with. Remember we had a time fishermen was walking in Grenville with fish in their hand, giving you for all kind of $3 and $4 you're getting fish, big fish you're getting for next to nothing.
No more.
I just used to go and walk with bucket and bag, you know. I'm moving.
Yeah,
I didn't have vehicle at the time, so bucket and bag. But you're getting fish and so sold in Russia to the cocoa farmers. And I think this ties in, and you see how things tie in. This ties in with what you heard from the agricultural minister yesterday, where Grenada is attempting to increase production in different crop areas. Already, over the past few years, we've seen an increase in cocoa production. Now, with that increase in cocoa production, it means that we'd have for the local market, the people like Gertrude, who going to go and make the cocoa balls and so on to sell, so that when the rain start to pour down sometime later in the month and so, you have your cocoa balls and things to make your cocoa tea and different things like that. But it also trickles down to the people who are growing spices, the nutmegs, the people who are dealing with the clove. And so those things that the Minister of Agriculture said yesterday that we are attempting to expand on so that more and more people will be able to gain employment and opportunities through the agricultural sector, because Honorable Peter David is out there searching for new markets.
And as you say, you see the correlation, the tie-in, right? How the government is working. They don't just walk out of the blues.
While the minister don't just get up and go.
Exactly. And while the Minister of Agriculture is ensuring and giving the support to our farmers, you have the foreign minister out there looking for markets, ensuring that our produce, right, is out there, you know, and we get in the foreign exchange. That is the way to go. We're not working in isolation. It's a government, right, that is in tune and works together. Very important.
Yeah. So we're seeing that opportunity. So we're seeing the opportunity for outflows from Grenada to Russia. So the outflows that we're seeing, the possibility is fish products, definitely, we know. And we really seriously have to look, and it doesn't have to be government. People always, government need to this, government need to that. You're the ones that buying the foreign salt fish. You're the ones that buying the smoked herring and the canned fish. We ought not to be doing that, Grenadians. We are surrounded by fish. Go in the fish market and get the ladies a sale. Get it fresh.
Fresh.
Get it fresh. But also, if we have to produce, we could make our own saltfish. And so here, they did it during the revolution. Well, yeah. They did it after the revolution. They did it up to recently. They were doing it in Grand Mall. The problem was, you, the same Grenadians who talking about it, are the same ones that wouldn't buy it.
Not supporting the byproducts.
Because you're accustomed seeing the thing with a head that look like a snake sometime. But you're seeing them kind of saltfish and thing coming in the bacalao from places unknown. Yeah? They write it in Spanish. You don't even know what they say. But you've been buying that and you've been using that. Nobody didn't say that you can't use the saltfish and so. But when the local one is offered, give that the preference over the foreign one.
Yeah.
Save the money. Create a job here in Grenada. Yeah? So the fish products is not just the fish itself, but also products from fish, salted fish and other forms of fish and so, right? That could go out. And we spoke about the spices and the cocoa and the fruit and so on up to Russia that we can get out. So we can get money coming in from Russia.
Yeah. And another thing, although it was not talked about, I mean, in the press conference, the whole question of tourism, right, comes into play. And so, because right there, you will find that the tourist market will open up. You will find a lot of more Europeans, especially Russians and so, thinking about coming to Grenada, understanding, the relationship that the governments have. And so...
But you see, even bigger than that, Devon, and I think that even in reading it, many of you may have heard it, and it may have passed you. It said, in particular, we talked about prospects for supplying Russian wheat to Grenada.
Exactly.
I don't know if you all understand what that means. Now, Russia is one of the world's major producers. They produce the major set of wheat on Earth. They're one of, if not the biggest, they're one of the major producers of wheat on planet Earth. And the wheat is what you can use not only to make flour, but to make animal feed.
Especially for chickens.
So if a source is opening up to get wheat in from Russia,
cheaper,
it means that the price of feed for animals can go down, which can help the area of poultry production and animal husbandry here in Grenada.
Yeah.
So we will be able to increase pork production, pigs, even other small ruminants and so on, and chickens. The thing that we're spending $200 million a year on.
Every year.
If we are getting low-cost, high-quality wheat out of Russia in significant enough numbers, it will drive the cost of feed down. It will drive it down significantly.
Yeah.
So more large-scale operations to cut down on the import bill when it comes to poultry products and meat into Grenada, more large-scale production can take place. So you see, it's not just you take a trip and you're outside of Grenada and you're gone. There is a plan to each and everything, because it may sound okay and prospects of supplying Russian wheat to Grenada, and people just say, okay, wheat,
wheat.
It's not just that. It's not just that. It is strategic. It says when this wheat is supplied to Grenada and the cost of wheat drops, it means that even in Grenada here, you might start to make your own cornflakes here in Grenada.
Exactly.
You might start to make your own noodles and different things and different products. And so you may be able to have enough to do that industry here in Grenada and cut out having to import those from neighboring countries, so that you can create the onus then is on us as Grenadians to start using the products that are created here.
We must support.
But the opportunity due to lower cost wheat coming into Grenada, which some people just, wheat, yeah, right, wheat, we don't know wheat. We don't wheat. We don't eat wheat. Yeah, you eat wheat.
Too much of it.
Yeah. Even if you're vegetarian, you eat wheat.
Still eat it.
Yeah. And I'm just talking about WeiVybz.
Everything.
So that is important.
And another thing, Sheldon.
Because I heard that somebody attacked this. Somebody attacked the
fact
that
a senator.
that person actually has no sense. They don't understand what they're talking about.
Yeah, they don't.
You attack something like this?
Yeah, they don't. They don't understand the magnitude.
Mr. Lavrov, I want to see you come in Grenada soon enough.
Very soon, perhaps in 2020 early.
Remember that Prime Minister Mitchell, on the sidelines of one of the UN meetings about 2 years ago, the then Russian vice president made sure he heard Dr. Mitchell was there, and he said he ain't leaving without meeting Dr. Mitchell. They had to bring him in the back to go and meet with Dr. Mitchell, because he said, I can't be here and Dr. Keith Mitchell here and I meet with him. We had a picture somewhere in Nazim. Yeah, we had a picture of Dr. Mitchell meeting the Russian vice president in an informal meeting. Yeah, because he just said, no, I've heard of this gentleman. Me ain't leaving here and don't meet him. I must meet Dr. Keith Mitchell. So that is another aspect of it.
Again, another significant thing that would benefit, again, Grenada is the question of health.
Yeah, so especially this project that's being proposed. So what is being proposed here is the construction of a regional medical center. So let's suppose that Grenada now is the center if you're talking cancer treatment. So people be they from Guyana or Venezuela or Trinidad or St. Lucia, Dominica, Antigua, Montserrat, wherever, regionally, that the cancer treatment center can be here in Grenada. The dialysis center can be here in Grenada. That you have a complex as a health facility that is built in conjunction with the Russian government that will provide health care to the rest of the region, because they're not, notice they said 18 million citizens, so they are not just thinking English-speaking Caribbean, and they're not just thinking Grenada. They are thinking the entire region. So the center that they are interested in setting up in Grenada would provide services, to the region. Although they mentioned 5 countries, but with 18 million citizens, you're looking at a broader thing.
Well, the 5 countries could amass. That depends on, because you may looking at Cuba, which have over 10 million.
And then the rest of the Caribbean.
That's that, Guyana, Jamaica. But the initiative, man, is so good.
Not only that, when it comes to healthcare as well, they've also mentioned deliveries of Russian vaccines and medical equipment to Grenada. So that meeting, he just go and jump a plane and he go, no. You have to understand, when ministers travel, these are the kind of things. When they engage with ministers from other countries, especially countries like Russia and so, these are the things that you're looking to secure for your country. So you're looking to secure jobs, you're looking to secure health, you're looking to secure the economy, you're looking to ensure the infrastructure and so on.
Education.
Yep, educational opportunities. In fact, recently, I believe it was in 2017, we had a Grenada police officer went up there and put on a performance at one of the Russian functions that they had there, and the man mashed up the place.
And singing in Russian too?
Yeah, the man mashed up the place. The man singing Russian and mash up the place. What kind of thing is that? Yeah. Folks, you can call 440-7377.
And 347-329-3101.
Hey, Chris, good morning to you, bro. I hope that you have a wonderful day today, man. What Chris want to hear there again. Good morning to you, the Honorable Kate Skeeter Lewis. And folks, the Honorable Gregory Bowen, he is having one of his meetings today. That will be at Miss Mara's shop in Springs. Yeah, if you're from Springs, you know Miss Mara's shop is there. If you're coming from Top Springs, as in Tong direction, coming down, a little after Small Axe Bar, you're reaching by Miss Mara's shop. So you're having that meeting by Miss Mara's shop this evening for 6:30. All right, so that's the Honorable Gregory Bowen. Him and the team, they'll be there this evening for that meeting in Springs. All right, I think we have a caller on the line.
Good morning and welcome.
Yes, good morning, Brad.
Hey, Bull.
Morning.
What's up?
Boy, there, you know.
All right.
Yesterday when you hailed me up, boy, I feel so good and so heavy. Yeah?
Well, you're heavy?
Yeah, and when you do that, guess what I was doing now? I was ironing my clothes for today. And I just come out and bathe there now and getting ready.
What, boy? Bull, you're moving early, boy.
Man, what? Hey, I appreciate that fella, you know.
Yeah, man.
He's a real stalwart, you know. Yeah, I appreciate him, no joke.
A true NNP, you call that.
I say I'm good, but he
better.
Yeah, he good too.
He was better, oh my God.
I one man don't give up to her. I told her what I like, and I believe what I like. And I like my Prime Minister. So nobody can mess with him. Because they have to come to a lot of people to take Dr. Mitchell. Because we don't back him down. And tell Kim he must keep his ass quiet.
Oh gosh, you can't say Bull, you can't say that on
Respect all you. Take care, man.
All right, one love.
Bull, you can't say that on
All right, Bull, that one slip out. You understand?
And there's no way for me to cut it. So.
No. And he did,
Folks,
he did apologize.
We apologize.
He did apologize too, so in good faith. Yeah, but I mean, you see, and persons like Bull and Martin, God bless the dead, I mean, they were persons that when you look at them, right? And so in giving their support to the leader of the party and the party on a whole, man, it's you don't find them no more like that. Very few people
Yes,
you see
indeed.
going out like that.
Folks, 4407377, that's the number for you to call and get onto the inside. No, not to call and pledge.
No,
That
not
is
to
a call
pledge, yeah.
and
We will
get
tell you
onto
when
the
to
inside.
pledge. Hold up to the pledge still.
Yeah, no, we are no media vagrants.
Yes, you
Yeah,
know.
leave them media vagrant and them alone. Media vagrant, yeah, digging in garbage. I like digging garbage.
That man said double.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I say it in Spanish, but some people might not understand what I'm saying. So I ain't gonna talk about that.
About me, I'm a little alone.
Hey, near come out to that. Yes, folks. So hey, that's an interesting one. Honorable Peter David there, making that trip and seeking several benefits to the people of Grenada. And by extension as well, the people of the region, because once that medical center becomes a reality, it will also offer opportunities for regionally. Because remember, they specifically said it's for regionally, a regional medical center. And I think Grenada is the best place for such a facility.
Yeah, I think so.
If the Russian government is willing, they're already speaking of supplying some equipment and so, as it is right now to us, and some vaccines and so, as it is right now to us. So if you can get some Russian equipment and so to work at the general hospital and so, MRI and them kind of thing, we'll be glad.
And you know what's amazing too with that
they put people in spaces, so the Russians and them have technology. Right?
With the Russians and the Grenada, and that initiative, as you said, not just benefits Grenada, but when you look at health, when you look at even the question of wheat, again, I mean, with Grenada getting such good deals with wheat and whatever it is based on the agreements and so, we can extend, right, the market for flour and other animal products and so can be shipped out to a fellow Caribbean brother at a cheaper rate. So, I mean, the benefits are there all around.
Good morning. Where they want to build that medical thing in Grenada?
Well, the discussions are just starting.
The discussion, they just have to talk about it.
They just started
But yeah,
discussing.
my time get people that come
Don't say that. Don't say that.
nah. Oh, well, I don't wear. You understand?
The Russians
but
has moved fast.
Good. That is, good information for us. So you have to always keep us updated what's going on. And you know something, Sheldon? The people, we have to educate our people that we can't get everything the same time. Minister, they're discussing that it will happen tomorrow or next week or next year or the next 5 years. They're discussing it. You understand? So we have to educate the people because a lot of us don't understand what's really going on. They feel when you talk about something, it must happen the next day.
Yeah.
Look, for instance, sorry to call back,
No, go
but
ahead.
I don't be thinking when people speak. For instance, yes, the government doing things in Grenada, they promise certain things. Oh, but my God, we can't build all the roads. We cannot build all the roads because they say we don't fix road. They're complaining, and other people complain on other program this morning that some road up to Cape Louis, they do peace, and going on the election. We have to remember, Grenada is a small country. You understand? So there was a little patience. I have patience, and I will urge the people to have a little patience. Things don't happen the same time. Because me and you born and we meet things in Grenada that we for parents work hard and build. It takes time. It takes years to do that. So they must have some patience. And I want to say something again. To Mr. Debodina. Sorry, Debo. Sorry I didn't mention your name. It's very close to my heart. You and your loving wife. I want to send my regards to you all and all of you all out there. All the Grenadians are concerned about my health. Are they fighting and struggling? Sometimes it hurts to see I can't go certain places. I can't put on certain shoes and I ain't pain. So my heart does hurt me sometimes. But we have to pray for each other and love each other. And you see Winston Thomas, I don't want when he's dead. Sheldon and Devon.
The best.
Are you giving me honor? Give him no. That is a man that his heart His heart is for people. He cares about people, Winston. Winston Thomas of the Carolina.
Dr. Winston.
Family original from Stotter, St. Patrick. You know? And that man care. I see that man sent for me. Sheldon. And that hurt me. I cried this morning. That man sent for me 3 o'clock in the morning. And in the road. And he gets transport and send Boca. He sent around Boca. And pick me up. And bring me in the hospital. And take care of me. That we can go on there till I die. You know what I say? I don't want when he's dead, I'll give him no. I want to give him my share alive. He deserves that. Have a blessing. I don't call it back. Bye-bye.
The people's doctor?
Yeah, the
real
people's doctor. He's just, he's out of this world.
You know, the thing is,
yeah.
Devon, last year we said that he should actually win a national award. Do you know what happened? Nobody made the recommendation.
Yeah.
Everybody believes so. Nobody made the recommendation.
Yep.
Him for a Queen's honor would not be beneath him, but knowing Doc, I ain't feel he go take on.
Yeah, no.
I feel he go accept one.
He prefer the national honors, you know?
he go take the national honor. I ain't feel he go.
Because, I mean, he's doing, for a medical doctor, Kami, you said it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said it all.
Yes, indeed. Folks, 4407377. Let me read this for you because some parents have been asking some questions, so I'll just read this quickly for you all. The Ministry of Education, Human Resource Development and Religious Affairs informed stakeholders that due to technical challenges with the processing of the data for the Caribbean Primary Exit Assessment, CPEA, the Caribbean Examination Council, CXC, has advised of a delay in the release of results for 2019. The Council has given the assurance that it is making every effort to have the quality assurance processes completed within the shortest possible time, and has extended to the Ministry an apology for any inconvenience that this delay may cause. The Ministry will notify all stakeholders as soon as the results become available. All right? Yep. So the CPEA, it has nothing to do with Grenada. That's CXC. And from what I'm seeing, I see some CXC, look at say what they want. I see they're on strike. No,
that's what I see too.
That is what I see in the Barbados newspaper. The staff at CXC on strike. They take the umbrella and the lounge chairs and they go and relaxing in the parking lot. They are on strike, and that is what is holding back the results from being released. Because they have decided, no, it's a union, so the union doing this stuff when they think it's going to have the most impact. Yeah.
Exactly.
We have a caller.
Good morning and welcome.
We had a caller who changed their mind.
Yeah, you changed your mind.
Yeah.
Hey, Kami, good morning to you from a number of persons on the live. From Hannah to Chris, all of them. They're saying good morning to you and take good care. Good morning and welcome.
Hello?
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
And how are you doing?
Not too bad.
Okay.
All right, my dear.
Huh?
You're live. Go right ahead.
Oh, alive. Okay, yeah. Well, I just call as a stalwart here from the NMP. I just calling to send my condolences to Martin and his family. Yeah.
All right.
I'll be at the funeral later, but I leave my flag home. I do want to have the second big flag after Martin.
How well you could leave the flag home?
Marcel, the lady I used to cook by Education Day.
I know who I'm talking to.
Oh, you know, yeah, well, it's me, yeah.
Yeah, because I ain't get no turnover for a while.
You ain't get turnover for a while?
Yes.
Right.
I ain't get no turnover, I ain't get no current roll for a while.
You don't come for it.
Okay.
But how you can leave the flag home? That flag man funeral and all, you have to flag him out.
I just put out my flag for a special occasion,
All right. Okay, my dear. Oh, she's gone. Yeah. Marcel, man, good friend. Yeah, 4407377.
And 347-329-3101. And look, I'm just saying, between 12 and 4 today, when you're passing your vehicle around the northeast, just toot your horn for Martin.
But you want to go and disrupt the thing, you can't do that. You can't disrupt. You can't disrupt a religious activity.
No, you wouldn't. I mean, once you're in the northeast, you don't have to be right there around the thing. And I doubt too if traffic might be able to flow. Good morning and welcome.
Hi, good morning. I'm just calling to say kudos to Minister Peter David on his great work.
Yes, believe me.
Thank you to the new National Party. Wonderful job.
All right, my dear. Beautiful. Yeah, man. You know, other people wouldn't want to go around Russia and think we going.
And talking about,
Yeah.
it's not a good thing.
But they say, all when we do our money,
Yeah.
we going still.
No, that's- but, good morning and welcome.
Hi.
Hi,
Morning.
Good morning.
Am I on?
Yes,
Oh,
you're
sure.
live,
Okay.
my dear.
All right. Pleasant good morning to you, gentlemen.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm hearing some very positive things as it relates to health and that regional project by the Russians. But I just want to, well, it's not meant to be negative, certainly not on my side.
Okay.
But I was speaking to someone who has connections with the hospital, and the individual was saying that there's not much, our nurses seem to be going, and the hospital is understaffed. And I'm trying to get a perspective on that, because the individual said that sometimes in one, a ward, there might only be one nurse. And I'm just trying to find out, how true it is, and, if something is being done, because what they were saying that a lot of these nurses, because they're getting betterment out there, they're going. So I'd listen to your comment off air, because I don't usually hear you very well.
No problem.
Okay.
What I can say is this. In the 1950s, Grenadians left and went to England and became nurses.
Yeah.
They saw the opportunities there to be better than what they had at home. In 1960s, they did it.
Same thing.
I would know. I have two aunts that left and became nurses in the UK. Yeah, and then came back after they retired to Grenada. In the 1970s, they did it. In the 80s, they did it. In the 90s, they did it. In the early 2000s, they did it. And it will always be that situation that you will always see migration from countries like Grenada to bigger countries. What is being done to mitigate this? In the batch of Imani trainees that graduated, the 21 or so Imani trainees that just graduated from St. George University, some of them graduated with nursing degrees, in fact, and other persons who were not part of that but received government assistance to go to SGU. They received assistance from government to go to SGU and complete nursing. They also graduated. I know in several instances some of them are assisting at the general hospital and they're just waiting for the permanent placement. In countries like Guyana, what they do, it is not the case in Grenada as far as I know. In countries like Guyana, what they do is they put you on not a retainer, a bond, that you must work for the government for a certain period of time. But what says that at the end of that time, you can't leave? People are seeking opportunities elsewhere. Some people, they were police officers in Grenada. After a certain amount of years, they decide, I'm going to the United States, I'm going to Canada, I'm going to the UK, or wherever. So it is not something that Grenada can stop. It is not something that any other country can stop. Trinidad, is having the same issue.
Yeah, we have no control over that.
Yeah. That is why there's always the discussion on the Caribbean forums about brain drain, that many of our or people who are extremely educated or specialized in different areas are being snapped up by countries like the United States and so on. Now, the United States always speaks about immigration, and you're talking about immigration. You have a doctorate, a medical degree, and you apply for citizenship in the United States, they ain't going and tell you no, They want more doctors.
Yeah, within a month, you get through.
No country, except maybe Cuba, no country is going to tell you that they don't want you. You have a skill that they need, the same that your country needs it. There's a level of patriotism where some people could decide that, look, I don't care how much they're going to pay me in that country. I want to be home. I want to be close to my family. I want to be in a climate where I'm free, where I'm relaxed, where I'm calm. I was speaking to a friend of mine out in one of the French territories yesterday, and they were telling me that they want to come home because they feel more free at home. There's so much restrictions where they are, and they feel so much at home here. Yeah? They feel so much at home here. And You see, look, I seen a message from Wade there. You have a gentleman who wants to know the name of the new rum distillery. That is the Renegade Rum Distillery. Renegade Rum Distillery is the name of the new distillery that's being built in Grenada. That's being built by Carriacou.
Yeah.
It's the Renegade Rum, innit?
Yeah.
Renegade Rum Distillery. Yeah, that's the name of it, Wade. Yeah. Nice, yeah.
Sheldon, also too, it can be looked at in both ways when it comes to the nurses. One, I mean, that's always been happening. But significantly too, we have to understand that one of the things too with Grenada, we have, in my view, the best set of nurses in the world. Who wouldn't want the best? Who wouldn't offer the best? I mean, all sorts of things to lure them in, right? It's a good opportunity for our people, our young women and men, to go out there and experience. And so we cannot stop it, right? But so it works on both sides. You can't stop it, right? But we have to continue educating and producing the best of what we done. And nurses are part of that.
And you see, it has nothing to do with it's 2019 or anything. Every single year, you have this happening.
Yeah.
There's attrition not only in the nursing sector, but many other sectors. Yeah, and I was saying Guyana has a bond that you're legally required to work with the state for a period of time. Yeah, as long as you are funded by the state to give you that education, to get that degree and so, that you are legally bonded. And if you break the bond and you leave the state, then the Guyanese, they get you wherever you are and you have to pay back.
Yeah.
I know there's a situation with a guy that had to pay back a couple million. He has a doctorate. He had to pay back a couple million. And they found him where he was, I think in Canada or somewhere. They got him there and he had to pay.
You had to pay.
He had to pay it back. He had to pay back every cent.
Because government to government, they can work their diplomatic thing and you can have him deported. You could have everything. So, you know, it's a give and take. And so, but I will continue to say, let us continue to improve, right? You know, healthcare service, the best nurses, the best doctors.
Because each year you have more and more persons who are going to train to be nurses.
Exactly.
Now they're going down to the SGU.
Yeah.
And when they go down to the SGU, they do receive government support automatically. Once you are a Grenadian and you're going to SGU, and a lot of people don't realize this because they approach asking for scholarships, not realizing that automatically as a Grenadian, when you're going to SGU, you are getting a scholarship because you're receiving your tuition and so on is at a different rate than it would be to a non-Grenadian. And that is based on the fact that you're a Grenadian. That is the government of Grenada working for you. Yeah? Then you may receive additional support. If it is seen as necessary in some cases, you may receive additional support. But all Grenadian students down there, you are. Whether you're told so or not, your rates are different to the rates of other people. And that is, quote-unquote, a scholarship. Yeah? Right? Yep. And Depot is saying here, not Depot, Toro. You see, he has mixed up the Japanese. Toro. He's saying the phenomenon is a historical movement of skills and raw materials from the south to the north.
Sure.
Something the skills and talents move after their own deliberate decision. At other times, they are targeted by employers in the north, including governments, with high salaries and lucrative benefit packages. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's what the UK right now.
That's what they're doing.
Canada. The United States, they're offering some salaries for nurses that they know small island states cannot.
And the individual can refuse.
You think something is so wrong in the Philippines that you have nurses leaving the Philippines and so on and flooding into the UK and other countries and so? No, it is general. That is how it is.
Yeah.
They do that. What do you do on your end? You try to get more nurses into your system.
Yeah.
Trinidad went as far as to hire Cuban nurses. They did a whole thing, and they had hired a pile of nurses from Cuba, and they also even took nurses from Grenada as well. And they had to take nurses from Grenada and offer them some high incentive packages because the Trinidadian nurses had gone to the United States. So the Grenadian nurses leave to go to Trinidad. And they went there because the Trinidadian nurses had left and gone to the UK and gone to Canada and gone to the US.
Exactly.
So it is a traditional thing. Yeah. It's nothing that has any
nothing new.
Reflection on the government of the day because, as I said, this has been happening historically from ever since. Yeah, trained people, skilled people have been leaving their territories for greener pastures.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? So that is how it goes. Yeah. So hey, Hannah, you thought Lincoln is Toro? Yeah. Nah. Lincoln is Toro. Yeah, you're right. Lincoln is Toro.
Lincoln is Toro.
But I nearly call him Depot.
Yeah. Well, I mean, two of them is Depot, but we handle them. You know, one is Toro and one is Cleve.
Yeah. Hey, and for those you that are in the Quebec, is Quebec?
Yeah, Quebec, Montreal, yeah.
Yeah, Dr. Mitchell will be there next week or week after. Next week? Yeah, I think it's next week.
Yeah, the 20-something, yeah. Sometime next week, yeah.
PM you're here, ain't it? Yeah, PM here, right. PM not here? PM should be here. July 13th, he'll be up there. Yeah, I was asking if he's here. I think he's here. Yeah, I think he's here. Yeah, he's here. Prime Minister is back. Yeah, so listen, so to the media vagrant, what we want to tell you is this. Challenge, 100-meter race.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100-meter race. Come and get your licks.
But you see, but if you put up a matchup, you might have certain organizations.
There's not a matchup. There's a match down.
Well, you will have certain organizations crying out and complaining because that would be cruelty to well, I don't want to say what, but
okay, yeah. Yeah, boy. Let me know.
Cruelty to dumb animals is a hell of a thing, you know.
No, but that is not what you're saying. Eh?
No, that is not what I'm saying at all.
You might have the child abuse authority.
Yeah,
child abuse.
Yes. Yeah, and you don't, Dr. Mitchell, you don't want to be in that category, being accused of child abuse.
Yeah.
And so, you know, so we'll protect you when it comes to that.
Already cut Ali's case. Yeah. Child again. Anyway, 4407377. We have roughly 25 minutes remaining on today's program. 25 minutes. But it's good to see this initiative in healthcare because while people speak of the negatives, they don't often speak of the positives of what is taking place in different sectors of our society. And nobody is saying, we are not advocating that people must only call and only speak about the positives. Yes, you need to speak about the negatives as well. Because sometimes it may be something that a member of parliament or that a government minister is unaware of. Not because you hold that portfolio. I'm speaking from personal experience here. Not because you hold that portfolio means you become an omnipotent being and all of a sudden you know all and you see all. You don't become omnipotent. I never say impotent. I say omnipotent. Don't twist what I say. Right? I does not have to go and drink Woodman on camera. It's not me does have to go by the cane man and ask for any Boabande. He's wrong radio host, not me. Not me who does be.
Not me, you know.
He's not the man who does be drinking a pile of Woodman. I have to go and ask for Boabande down the road.
He's a Rasta man. He's not a bald head.
Right.
Okay.
Not me. So I never say impotent. I said when you become a government minister, you do not become omnipotent. You are not all-knowing and all-seeing. And therefore, things may be happening that you know nothing of.
Exactly.
And everybody thinks that you know. It's like, you remember I remember my good friend, Mr. Regis. He used to be the manager at the NNP office at the time. He said, everybody think, all the brothers thought the other brother went and bring in the goat. But meanwhile, the goat out there starving. You understand? Everybody said, well, I thought Sheldon do it, and Sheldon said, well, I thought Devon do it, and Devon said, well, I thought Nazim do it, and Nazim said, well, I thought Sheldon do it. So everybody think that the other one do it, and at the end of the day, they go out there starving. Yeah? So it is important to speak about these issues sometimes, because everybody might be thinking the minister knows this is happening, or the government knows this is happening. And in thinking that, they don't say anything, and the other person don't say anything, and nobody says everything, everybody thinking, well, he tell them already, or she tell them already, and the person doesn't know. Yeah, it's important to speak about issues. Yeah? Nice.
I don't like injection, you know, Naz. That's a thing I don't like at all, you know. I really don't like that.
Me, I doesn't go and take no injection, no way.
Good morning again to all of you who have just joined us on the live and so. Wherever you are, Aruba, Toronto, Montreal, New York. Good morning to you.
I miss a call, call. Sorry, call back.
Yeah, Trinidad, Tobago, wherever you are. Good morning, and we hope you're enjoying yourself.
Trinidad and Tobago, they're coping with that situation with the Venezuelan refugees.
Yeah, serious. And
yeah, cope with it, Trinidad. Cope with it.
And
Keep it so.
rightly so. They are, I think, the closest in terms of the Caribbean islands to Venezuela. So
if you know what you're doing, you could swim across.
Yeah, if you really know what you're doing, you could swim across. And
So,
that's serious.
All you handle it down there. All right? Okay, Papa? Yes, we love you all. Handle it down there. Nice. Yeah, 4407377, and we have a caller.
Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Mr. Romain.
Good morning, sir.
Pleasant morning to Mr. Scott.
Morning, sir.
And to your listening audience. No, gentlemen, my first question to you all is this, Mr. Scott. The CPEA, is it a Grenada issue or is it a Caribbean issue?
It is a Caribbean issue. Grenada and all the other islands, the results are not being released because basically they're saying that they have some issues. And so, bottom line is the staff on strike.
Okay. All right. So
they've been on strike since Monday.
Okay. All right. So now, like I said, now I must send condolences. My sympathy goes out to the family of Martini. He's a gentleman I met in the last campaign, and being in hospital here, we had some close contact. So my sympathy to that gentleman. On the staffing of nursing, I work in that facility, so I'm going to stay a bit wide from it. But I must say that is an issue that need urgent addressing. That's all I'm going to say, and don't say what I don't say. Now, nursing migration. Gentlemen, this is something we have to learn to live with. This is not a Grenada issue. It's an issue for most of the developing countries and even some of the developed ones throughout the world, whereas lucrative packages is being offered to these medical professionals. So what is stopping a nurse from going to work abroad for 10,000 EC when he or she is only working here for 3,000? You know, how do you tell somebody not to go? You know, more than 10 years ago, my niece was a nurse on maternity. You know what I mean? And I encouraged her to leave. You understand? The point is that, you know, with some of these nurses here, qualification, experience, and background, gentlemen, there are very few people in Grenada working that can command the kind of salaries that these medical professionals can go out there, you know, and get. And this is just a fact of the matter. So as a result of that, what we should be doing is to put things in place to deal with this kind of migration. My last point here is, gentlemen, solid waste. Now, solid waste is telling us that the disposal of commercial garbage is the responsibility of the businesses. My question is, why the sanitation workers continue to pick up this waste? And what is stopping solid waste from informing these businesses of what their responsibilities are and what is expected of them, and failure to comply by putting the necessary checks and balances in place means that they will be dealt with by the law. So it's a straightforward thing. In Grenville, St. George's, our other commercial areas, if these folks not supposed to put out the garbage to be collected by the regular pickup, then it should not be happening. They should be aware of it. We should let them know once and for all and ensure and make sure that when they violate, they pay the price. Gentlemen, I trust you all will have a pleasant day.
You too, my friend.
Right, bro. Yeah, but you know, as we said, we want to get somebody from Solid Waste to have a chat one of these days. They're working on that as well. Zingo, you want to know the Bob and the media have a grant?
The media have a grant.
Just have to go down in Granans and go on Wall Street and ask the cane juice man for thing with Bob and in it because they need help.
Quite down there, just go?
Yeah, quite down there. They have to go down there and beg for Bob and and thing because they need help. They had to go and drink Woodman because Woodman have Bobandina too.
Yeah.
So they had to go and drink that and put it up and think to let people know they're drinking because they need help.
Yeah.
Talking about other people.
I thought it was right in River Road.
Go in 100 meter against him. Let me see what happens. Yeah. Go in 100 meter.
Why?
Yeah, anyway, 440, let me leave that. 440-7377, that's the number for you to call.
And 347-329-3101.
Yeah, so Dr. the right honorable Keith Mitchell, he'll be in that Spice Isle Day. Yeah, that's coming up on the 13th of June.
Somewhere in Montreal.
Yeah. Hey, this weekend is Father's Day.
Oh yes, Sunday.
I ain't no major show. I ain't only bringing in
well, you know
chronics or nobody for Father's Day.
Well, you know they're street fathers.
Yeah, I said Daddy's song was Daddy Was a Rolling Stone.
Yeah. Good morning,
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
You both and the listening public. I just want to comment a bit. There was a guy from the IMF here the other day. I forget his name, but he was talking on the Grenada economy. Saying that construction and tourism was the two leading sector here that run the Grenada economy. He also mentioned about science and technology or computer, whereby the government can provide jobs in that area moving forward if they wish to. But I also think agriculture is one of the most important sectors. And government come, government go, they neglect the agriculture sector.
That's not true.
Not true?
That's not true. The agricultural sector is not neglected. Even yesterday, did you listen to our program yesterday?
I didn't listen yesterday. I had no time.
Right. So let me inform you. Yesterday, the Minister of Agriculture did the post-cabinet press briefing. And in post-cabinet press briefing, she was speaking about the initiative for one, the Farm Labor Support Program, which is not a new program. It's been done before, where folks will be sent to help farmers in clearing land that they have in fallow right now, clearing land, taking out vines, and so on. A few years ago, it was done specifically for cocoa. What that did is that increased cocoa production for Grenada because a lot of lands that were under cocoa but were under vine and in bush, they went and through the Farm Labor Support Program by the government of Grenada, they went in there and they cleared that land and got those cocoa fields back into production. So we've seen a marked increase in cocoa production over the past few years due to that program. Secondly, she also spoke of the initiative through that program as well, specifically to increase now production in spices, particularly in the St. David area, and also other root crops and particularly coconuts and those sort of things that we see are kind of scarce.
So when that coming on stream?
That is on stream now.
Because, well, for instance...
That is on stream now. So and then, did you listen to our program last week Friday when we had Honorable Pamela Moses on?
Well, I want to mention that as well in my comment.
Yeah, because to say government is neglecting agriculture and to hear the agricultural projects that are there for St. Patrick East and St. Patrick West, it would be untruthful to say government is neglecting agriculture or agriculture is not important.
I don't see this happening around St. Patrick.
You don't see that happening around St. Patrick. Have you been down to, where's the area again they have in the back? Have you been down to Shambo?
Yeah, I don't see much farmers doing nothing much there.
But how
you don't see much farmers?
She mentioned 80-something farmers, almost 100 farmers.
Yeah.
Yeah, in over 800 acres of land.
Yeah, but I don't see that happening there.
I think you did much investigating.
Because you did.
My area.
My brother, do you believe in the Most High? Do you believe in God?
Yes, sir.
Have you seen him? Not because you don't see something means it doesn't exist.
My friend, we're trying to discuss something here.
We are having a discussion because I won't allow you to just say things just like that. I will challenge it.
But most of the things, what I'm saying is being talked about, but no action is being taken.
No, we're telling you that action is taken.
I've been hearing about the pipe running from Highgate coming down to the same Shambo area. I don't see nothing is being done.
Because it's ongoing. You see, you did not listen the minister when she was speaking last Friday.
So
I listened to the program in its entirety.
You didn't hear.
Let me ask you, if you have access to Facebook or YouTube, You need to go there, look for HARDTALK Grenada, and you need
My
to
friend,
go back.
I listen HARDTALK twice a day.
You need
on
to.
CRFM. I listen. They repeat it.
You could listen
3 times in the night.
You could listen. You
Yeah.
could listen 12 times and not hear. I think you
And
need
what-
to go back
what
and
they say.
listen and hear what the minister said.
But they could say thing and no action has been taken. Saying it is one thing, but putting it into action.
You need to go back and listen
In Shambo,
to
I
what
don't
was
see the
said
farmers.
and then hear what was said. There's a difference between listen and hear. You need to listen and hear what was said.
I
Very
know all
easy.
this thing, man. I know all about listening and hearing.
Yeah, but apparently you're not.
Listen,
applying that.
I know
saying
certain
we're
things
talking
too,
about
but
seeds.
sometimes I don't practice it. So I'm not saying that you don't know, but I'm saying that you need to practice it. Listen and hear.
Sheldon, I know everything about listening and hearing, Sheldon.
I don't
You
know
can
everything.
listen what you want and hear what you want. I know all this.
Then you need to practice it. I'm not saying you don't know.
I
You
know
need to
everything about
practice
that.
it. Again,
know, but
again, you're not listening. You're listening, but you're not hearing. Because I'm saying to you,
You're not listening.
you're listening, but you're not hearing. I'm saying to you that I'm not saying you don't know. You keep telling me, well, you know all about it. I'm not saying that you don't know. I'm saying you need to practice it. There's a difference.
News, not now I listening new program and listening news. Since a little boy I've been doing that.
Look,
I know what is listening and hearing.
let me challenge you on one thing before you go.
Some people
Let,
hear,
let,
but they don't listen.
let me challenge you on one thing before you go. You're talking about the water in Shambo. If you was listening, if you were paying attention, put it that way, of what the minister was saying, you would know, right, that what you said there, right, and you would not have even said that because she outlined and said, look, listen, boss, listen. No, you listen.
Go ahead.
Right, listen.
He has no choice but to listen.
Right.
Down. Go ahead.
She was saying clearly that, look, the whole question of the water situation, it's an ongoing project. Okay? They still have people working out the different details and ensuring that all the farmers, right, have access to water. And she outlined as to what is being done and what will be done to ensure that the water supply, right, reaches all the farmers at Shambo. I think you need to go back and pay attention.
Hello?
Oh, well, I guess he's gone.
Yeah, he's gone.
Well, perhaps he got the message now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, listening and hearing are two different things. I could listen to music and not hear a single word that was said in it. When I hear it, I could tell you what was said. I can know what to do. I could have a driver's license and know how to drive. That doesn't mean I'm driving. I could have my driver's license in my pocket and only use it when I go in the bank to go and do some transaction or when somebody needs some identification and show them.
Exactly.
Knowing and applying are two different things.
Totally.
Yeah? So let's just get all of that clear. And it's unfair to say that all governments have neglected agriculture. I pointed out to you because that wouldn't even be this new national party. This would have been the 2013 to 2018 new national party that project to clear lands and so on took place under. Yeah? You just heard us. If you've been listening and hearing, you just would have heard us speak about Honorable Peter David and his seeking new markets for Grenadian agricultural produce. But at the same token, also seeking help with the infrastructure to set up poultry farms and to make sure that the price of feed could go down so poultry, pig farms, and all those farms can flourish here in Grenada. If nothing else comes out of that meeting, out of Russia, if nothing else comes to fruition, and that one thing, that wheat, that low-cost wheat, high-quality, low-cost wheat, comes out of that meeting, Grenada would be a different place.
Oh, yeah, we would
Okay,
be
you could save a good portion of that $200 million that's going out because we can go into the production here.
Exactly. We can cut that import bill.
That's agriculture.
By more than half. Imagine what that can do to the importation of chicken and beef and pork and all these sort of things. Imagine.
Yeah.
Think about it.
We've got 8 minutes remaining. 440-7377.
And 347-329-3101.
And I was very clear on the IMF report. He did not neglect to mention agriculture because agriculture is married into the tourism sector as well. What do they use in the restaurants? What do they use in the hotels? When you go for breakfast at the restaurant, what do they present you with? They need fresh fruits and vegetables. They're not going to fly that in. They're going to get that locally, which is why the Silver Sands worked along with farmers in different parts of the country, in St. Andrew, in St. David, in St. George. I'm not too sure if they went to St. John and St. Patrick and St. Mark.
Side,
they went there as well.
Yeah, there's an organization that has been formed.
They worked along with them, and even some of the fishermen to provide
like that,
fresh fruits and vegetables to them on a daily basis, in some instances weekly basis, and whatever. Silver Sands went as far as to purchase land. I didn't want to say it, but I will say it today. They went so far as to purchase land for one group of guys because they realized, hey, this can work and we could get X amount of stuff. But the guy said, well, I only have X amount of acres, but it have a couple acres there that if that was mine, but and he didn't even say it as in he telling them buy it for him, and he said, well, thing, and they bought it and give it to them so that they were able to increase production, because Silver Sands don't want to get in lettuce today and then tomorrow you have no lettuce. You must have some that ready this week, some that ready next week, some that ready the week after, so they know this farmer is going to provide for us today, another farmer is going to provide for us tomorrow, another one is going to provide for us, so that they have a constant flow of high quality goods coming in. Yeah? So there is a direct relation between agriculture and tourism. You're seeing the Kimpton by Kawana. Mr. Technical Man, if you have it, throw it up for them, let us see. The Kimpton by Kawana that's being constructed where the Flamboyant Hotel used to be. What you will see taking place there, once that is completed, again, it's on the local farmers they're going to be depending. If the local farmers can't make it, they're going to go outside. We have a caller.
Good morning and welcome.
Yeah, morning, Sheldon and Devon.
Yes, morning.
You see, the problem is that some of the people, they feel that farmers have to be in the garden all 2 and 3 in the evening. But that farmers get up sometimes at 4 o'clock in the morning and hit the land. And they do their piece and they come out when outside get hot. So you don't expect to go and see farmers round the clock in the hot sun to get stroke and whatever in those kind of weather. So while you pass and you see nobody, don't feel nothing ain't going on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know? So we have to get that in our head also. And have a good day.
All right, my friend.
All right. The minister even spoke of the fact that they're securing the machinery to stay up there. Some tractors and so that would belong up there to do the plowing and so on, instead of having to wait for them to come out from Maribo and come up.
Exactly.
That there will be a pool in St. Patrick that can be used for Shambo and other areas as well, but specifically for Shambo because it's 100 acres there. Yeah. Shambo and other areas. And so that's why I say sometimes people listen, but they do not hear. They know, but they do not apply. Yeah? Ralston Adams was my teacher. Careful.
And what, and Sheldon, that whole Carriacou thing again.
It's agriculture-based.
Agriculture-based. Look at how many farmers that are benefiting.
And you know, as you mentioned the Carriacou, because there are some detractors out there speaking about slavery and things.
That's why I mentioned it.
This is the same mindset. The same mindset that started damaging the agricultural industry. And I'll tell you something. This is not a new thing. I was reading a Grenada handbook from 1800 and something. The book that the British government used to produce on what are their thoughts. So one of the colonial people coming here, they give them this book. And it gives them an understanding of who and what Grenadians are.
Who you come in and deal with.
Yeah, who you come in and deal with.
Well, that's what
and
they think.
In that book, from 18-something, it said Grenadians are showing a lack of interest in agriculture. I ain't said 1980, yeah?
No.
I said 1895 or somewhere there.
Not even the 1950s.
The colonial government produced this book on each country, and you as a colonial officer, you're going there, they give you this handbook. You read it so you have a clear understanding of how to carry yourself and how to take care of business in that country with the locals. And it said in that book, and I'll find it and post it one of these days, it said that Grenadians did not have this heavy interest in agriculture, and it seems to come out of the fact that Grenadians saw that as a hold on to slavery, and they were more interested in starting their own small businesses or short part-time work to gain some quick money. That's what they said about us in the 1800s. That's what they said about us. And there are some people now that still carry that mentality.
And that's why a lot of people continue to push the academia, the whole question of educating yourself more and forgetting the land, working in the land.
The best thing is to educate yourself, but educate yourself in a way that would assist you with what you're doing with the land.
That is what this problem is.
So the farmer who sends his son or his daughter to be an accountant is assured that his money that he makes on the farm and how he utilizes what he has on the farm is going to be done in the proper manner.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to look at that. Or sends his son to do veterinary science. He knows that when he has his piglets and so on, that they will be well taken care of.
Agronomy. Right, you might have an agronomist right there in St. Patrick's who would be able to pay attention to all the farmers within the St. Patrick region. That's a benefit. You see, as we move on, that is.
Let's be clear. The IMF was high in praise of Grenada and its performance thus far. It mentioned that Grenada's economy continues to grow, and that growth is tied in with several things, including the construction sector. And tourism sector and so on, that it's tied in with those things.
With agriculture, in
and that there are other things that Grenada can do to maintain that growth over the long term.
Unemployment within the St. Andrew Parish stands to be reduced further.
Monies that are coming up because Grenada is going to reach 55% GDP soon, which will loosen up. In other words, there's a benchmark that Grenada will soon achieve if we continue at the present trajectory, and that when we arrive there, that show the thing, man. Show the thing. Show up the thing. So it's that when we arrive there, that the government will be able to increase spending. But it's saying to Grenada, don't increase that spending and put it on salaries. Increase that spending and put it in the sectors that are going to end up bringing money back into the Grenadian economy. Yeah? Things like the same agriculture and so on. That's what they mentioned. Yeah? It also spoke of upgrading education, existing training programs, and matching employment to training. So you know that these jobs are becoming available. Match people to those.
Yeah.
Yeah? So this one is Carriacou. Yeah, so on the live right now, those of you that are on the live would be seeing what's going on at the Renegade Rum Distillery. Carriacou, you'll be seeing that right now. You've shown the picture of the Kimpton by Kawana. What the final thing is going to look like. Yeah, throw that up as well. Let them see exactly what we have been speaking about. And we're nearly out of time.
And that's just to show you how the economy is being diversified by this government.
The people who are going to stay at these facilities, what are they going to eat? Are they going to bring a sandwich with them on the plane from the United States?
They can. They get tired of
that. They're going and pack a set of jambalaya and come down with?
They won't waste time. They know what they're getting down here.
They're going to bring the possum stew? What are they going to come with? They're going to eat Grenadian.
Yep.
So whatever we have here in Grenada, our farmers produce is what's going to be used. We already have Silver Sands taking a significant amount. Silver Sands is doing 2 more properties. This is not one of Silver Sands' properties. There's another developer that's doing this. And if you go down there, you'd see the construction already reach a critical stage already down there, where the Flamboyant Hotel used to be. Yeah? These people that are coming in, they have to eat. They have to drink. So goods and services are going to be offered to these persons. And part of what the IMF is saying is that Grenadians ought to put themselves into a position that they are the ones offering the goods and services. Because if the hotel need lettuce and it can't get it in Grenada, they're going to have to fly it in.
Miami.
If they need pineapple and they can't get it in Grenada, the guests want it, they have to fly it in.
And it will take them a couple of hours to fly it in.
Yeah.
And we don't want that.
We don't want that.
We need that money to
don't
stay
want Mary
there.
Jet bringing all the food for them.
No.
Yeah? Folks, that's all the time we have for Hard Talk today. No? Yeah, we actually done.
we actually done. Yes.
Yeah, and we only get $5 donated today. We're telling all you, this is the end of the program.
Yes, and we get $5.
We're telling you all we have $5 alone donated to Hard Talk today. We ain't received it yet. It has been promised.
It has been promised.
Yes, so we expect our friend to drop it. Hey, Carnival City launching tomorrow night?
Yes.
Yeah, Carnival City launching tomorrow night. Yeah, and for those of you on the live, stick around because we're going to run some videos and let you see things like the Renegade Rum Distillery and so on.
Yeah.
Because before we go, though, let's clarify this thing. This thing about, it's going back to slavery and its regression and that is absolute nonsense. It's an agricultural project and it's a high-tech project. In fact, there are some highly trained young people, engineers, who were about to leave Grenada because there was no opportunity for them here in the area in which they have their degree. And Renegade Rum Distillery hold them some young ladies. And in fact, in fact, from what I've heard, those 3 or so young ladies are the only female brewers that you have around. The only female brewers that you have around right now here in Grenada.
That's treasure.
At the Renegade Rum Distillery. Young ladies.
That's treasure right there.
They ain't talking about that, but they're talking about... No, because they like to dwell in negatives. I would say media vagrants.
They keep their minds in slavery.
There are more than one media vagrant. Media vagrants. But anyhow, folks, that's all the time we have for Hard Talk today. It's been a wonderful one being here with you and everything you say and do. Do it safe and secure. I want to be speaking to and with you.
And not about you.
We are heading out of here. Do enjoy the rest of your day today. Remember the carnival launch tomorrow night. We'll be giving you some more information tomorrow. And
the funeral at 2 o'clock at the
Bolio New Testament
Church.
And folks, also, you know, I'm going to tell them something again and it slipped by. But anyway, at 8:30 tonight, you'll have 8 o'clock tonight. So you'll have the rebroadcast of Hard Talk via 89.5 at 10 o'clock via 94.9 out there in Brooklyn, and at 3 a.m. via 89.5. The video will be available as soon as we're done. Zingo, behave yourself. Folks, we're out of here. We are out of here. We gone.
Stay up to date with all that's happening with the new National Party, NNP. Send us a message via text or WhatsApp on 405-8683 with your name, email, and constituency. Stay in the know with NNP. Get updated.
Unemployment within the St. Andrew Parish stands to be reduced further when Renegade Rum Distillery becomes operational in the coming months. Work is progressing according to plan, and recently Prime Minister Dr. The Right Honourable Keith Mitchell was given a detailed tour of the plant in conference. Rikisha St. Louis was there and filed the special State of Affairs feature.
Nestled in the rural community of Conference St. Andrew, standing tall between the trees, is a development that has already begun to transform Grenada's economy, creating employment for young and old, boosting small business activities, and developing the road network within the community. Renegade Rum Distilleries not only promises to brew and bottle premium rum, but also to create a rum that will attract international markets and revenue to our shores. The sod was turned in August 2018 and construction commenced in a matter of weeks. 10 months later, and already there is evidence of how this big dream will benefit the small community.
This has enormous impact on the country, and it's a way of, to another part of it, the diversification of our economy. That's a major component of this. It's also an impact on rural development, because that project, if it was in St. George's, would not have had the impact that it is having on the country's face as having it here in St. Andrew. So there's so much win for this country.
We can see the progress and how it is going, and it's just an anticipation towards the end of what is happening. Moreover, what is good for us in the constituency is the level of development that is taking place, and it's bringing about the benefits for our people. We have direct benefits, we have the indirect benefits. If on your way here you would have seen the expansion of the road structure, the drain construction, and so you see the amount of businesses, the small businesses that were established as a result of this project, the number of persons who got employed in the construction phase, as well as who are employed now with Carriacou. I'm just happy for this level of investment in St. Andrew Northeast.
Prime Minister Mitchell, the parliamentary representative, and their team recently toured the facility to see firsthand its progress and the impact on the community. Unemployment has reduced significantly in the constituency and neighboring areas, as more than 100 individuals are employed in the construction phase, with hopes of more gaining employment on completion of the factory.
From our end, from Renegade end, we have a young team of staff already, permanent employers already. We employ people to be process operators. The process operators will be the person actually going to the plant, testing different parameters as related to wastewater treatment, the cleaning processes, the yeast treatment, the fermentation and so. We also have the boiler operators on staff already working with the company that we bought the boiler from and installing it. We have the mill operators here already also. And we have the maintenance team here already. And we have the distillers. I mean, one thing, the distillers will be working here basically to do the distill the products and controlling the quality and efficiency of the product that we think we intend to produce. We could boast and say that we have an all-female distillation team. It's the first of its kind.
By the time the project complete, we have to do about 600 acres of cane. We're not even halfway there yet. We assume that we will have maybe 200-300 workers by the time and that's just field workers and stuff like that, by the time the project is completed.
The impact it's having on unemployment in the country, the number of people that are working already, and impressive among the young Grenadians, skilled people, chemists, young people who probably will not, having gone to university and trained in a specific area, would not have had the opportunity to be able to use their skills. And you can see on their faces the happiness and the brightness of their faces. It's a very exciting thing for the country.
Renegade Rum has increased the production of sugarcane on island through its cultivation company Carriacou. Lands have been leased and cultivated in other rural parts of the country, namely Plains, River Antwine, Westerhall, Bacolet, La Colombe, Dunfermline and Hope.
Projects like these normally start and fall apart, and people, have certain level of uncertainty when it comes to, putting the eggs in the basket. However, with the commencement of the factory and we ourselves doing large quantity of cane, a lot of people are now coming, forward and saying, hang on, we have some lands and we don't know if you would, like it or, if you'd want it to lease, and, in a lot of cases people are offering us lands to buy. We're not buying land, we're just leasing the lands. And people who have lands and want to, let us cultivate the lands for you, we pay $1,000 per acre per annum. And initially we want the land just for 5 years. After 5 years, we should recover the costs that we pay to cultivate those lands. And then you can have back your lands well cultivated.
The large-scale cultivation of sugarcane, according to Prime Minister Mitchell, is a boost to the agricultural sector and economic earnings. He reminisced on the historical structure of areas that were mainly agricultural lands. Dr. Mitchell is pleased that the distillery has found a way to combine agriculture and tourism.
This is a real formula that demonstrated marriage and the importance of it for the country's development, and of course impact on our export earnings, impact on economic activity in the country as a whole, and of course all the things that are coming, the ancillary activities with this Pearls area, this section of the country, historically used to be agriculture estate. The estate is gone, and the estate gone, many of it have been cut up into small pieces. A lot of opportunity for job potential were lost, and with that, the poverty increases in that in the area. I know the parliamentary representative must be extremely happy. The pressure on her would be lifted considerably so, because a lot of people will be doing different things.
Although the factory is not complete, work has already started on installing the equipment so that capacity building training can start before the actual production begins.
We walk through the 4 buildings. The utility building, let's say 40-50% complete. But the still house, another 40-50% complete. The brew house, which is to the extreme right, let's say 20%, but this is about 80-90% complete. But however, what I must say is that what is left to be done will be much faster than, okay, just to put up the cladding, put up the roofs and so on. So you will see that that second phase, what has to be completed, will be much faster and shorter and much faster than actually what was done already.
As the distillery continues to expand in structure, so too is the target of obtaining over 600 acres of land for cultivation. Harvesting has already begun, but not for production, since the factory is not yet in operation. However, hopes are high that within the next 3 months, another batch of cane will be harvested, this time for brewing. For State of Affairs, I am Rakisha St. Louis.
Approximately US $9.5 million in scholarships were awarded by the government of Grenada in partnership with the St. George's University, as 80 bright minds now focus on the task of getting an education instead of worrying about how to pay for their bachelor's and master's degrees. 80 recipients were awarded at a recent ceremony on Thursday, May 1st at the Grenada Youth Center in Montrouge, St. George. These awards were for island scholarships and scholarships to various programs at the St. George's University SGU. Annette Moore has the details.
Approximately US $9.5 million in scholarships were awarded by the government of Grenada in partnership with the St. George's University to 80 ambitious young people who can now focus on the task of getting an education instead of worrying about how to pay for their various degree programs.
My name is Samit Mitchell. I'm pursuing a bachelor's degree in the field of sociology, and the award I received today is full scholarship to further my education.
My name is Kelly Cadiz. I was a recipient of an award to pursue medicine at the St. George's University that commenced actually in January of 2019. Coming from poor, humble beginnings like myself, there is no way myself or my family could have assisted me in financing a medical degree. So the assistance that is presented here today to myself and all the other recipients of the varying awards and so forth, of course you go a very, very long way in defraying costs.
You worked real hard and you know exactly what you want and need. So believe and you will never give up. You can reach your goals. Just talk to your soul and say, I believe I can, I believe I will, I believe I know my dreams are real. I believe I'll stand, I believe I'll dance, I believe I'll grow real soon, and that is what I do believe.
We place great importance in the development of our human capital as a key element for our development agenda. As we continue our journey of economic and social transformation, we aim to equip our people, you, our awardees, with the right skills and the capabilities needed, not just for today, but for the future as well.
It's really helpful because I know if I had not received the award, I probably would have to work several years to study. But this award is definitely going to help me advance my academic and career goals.
The 80 recipients were awarded at a recent ceremony on Thursday, May 1st, 2019, at the Grenada Youth Center in Montrouge, St. George. These awards were for island scholarships and scholarships to various programs at the St. George's University.
It is my ambition to pursue a degree in law. I want to specialize in international law because I feel that it's very relevant to today's society.
So my name is Nick Nicholas. I come from the parish of St. Patrick's, specifically Moncraven St. Patrick's. This is my first year in SGU. It's my first semester. I'm doing information technology.
We really do believe that we need to be promoting and exposing the positives in our society. Very often we hear, the negatives. And sitting before us this morning is a group of intelligent young people who have taken the bold step to go on to improve themselves, improve their lives, improve their country by virtue of the skills and talents they will acquire during their period of study.
The awards to SGU included 5 for pre-medicine, 24 in the field of medicine, 1 for veterinary medicine, and 2 for the Masters in Public Health degree.
As a child growing up, I always figured I want to pursue a career in medicine. So when the opportunity presented itself in 2016 to move on from teaching, I first pursued a degree in biology at the same St. George's University in 2.5 years. And then I was lucky to receive an award to go to the medical field.
My name is Toya Midi. I'm 19 years old, and I'm currently enrolled in the pre-medical science program at SGU. And today I received the Island Scholarship. I always had that passion, that interest in medicine. Hopefully in the future, I'll become a surgeon, probably cardio.
In the Arts and Sciences Division, awards for bachelor degree programs were presented as follows: 3 for Accounting and Finance, 8 for Biology, 10 for Information Technology, 4 each for International Business and Psychology, and 1 each for Tourism and Hospitality Management, Sociology, and Management.
Interested in what IT has to bring and what SGU has to bring to the table in terms of IT.
There were 11 award recipients for nursing.
I am Shanique Strawn, and I am doing the Bachelor's of Science in Nursing at the St. George's University. I've just completed my first semester of my second year. I have always wanted to be a nurse. The nursing program itself, it's very, very good. It's very detailed. It's outstanding. The lecturers are fantastic. My future goal is to be a nurse practitioner. I'm not sure if I want to be like a family practice or pediatrics or so on. But that is the route I'm going, because the country, we need a nurse practitioner or two. Yeah.
Apart from this, there were 6 Island Scholars awarded.
My name is Trevon St. Bernard. I just finished, as of last year, the T. Marisho Community College. I received the Grenada Island Scholarship for the Department of Humanities.
It's a great honor as well to receive the scholarship to aid in, helping my mom pay for my education.
My heartfelt congratulations to all of you awardees here today. I also acknowledge the presence of your families, your teachers, friends, and applaud them for all of their support to you and the role that they have been playing in developing you and getting you to this point of your life. We are recognizing your outstanding academic achievements and your potential really to contribute more to our country's development.
The Permanent Secretary for Human Resource Development and Religious Affairs, Jacinta Joseph, thanked the National Training Awards Selection Committee.
Mrs. Antoine and David Antoine, Chair, Mr. Vicar Ashby, Deputy Chair, and other members of the National Training Award Selection Committee, a hearty welcome to you. It is always good to have you here with us to witness the presentation of the awards to the students who you have found to be most eligible.
Both the Permanent Secretary and the Minister with responsibility for tertiary education, human resource development and education outreach, Honorable Pamela Moses, extended appreciation to the St. George's University.
On behalf of the government and the people of Grenada, I extend grateful thanks and appreciation to St. George's University for the long and enduring partnership that they've had with our government, the government of Grenada. And through these awards and other initiatives of theirs, they have contributed significantly to our development agenda.
The minister also congratulated recipients and outlined an additional scholarship award requirement.
We will formalize a structure whereby you'll be called to undertake community service type activities during the school summer vacation as a way of giving back in small measure to all the millions of dollars that has been invested in you. The activity undertaken by you can be of your choice somewhat, that benefits not just you, but the wider community.
I made sure I had to do my absolute best to keep my GPA above a certain standard in order to apply and get through with the scholarship. And with this scholarship now, I know I'm bound to the government for a few years, which is good because I want to give back.
I'm just too grateful for the government of Grenada for seeing it fit to bestow such on us as recipients today.
It was a happy moment because for me, it takes away a big burden off my back because I'm a mother of 3 children, and studying at this time will be very difficult if you don't have the finance. So I'm very grateful.
From the Ministry of Education, Human Resource Development and Religious Affairs, we wish you all the best in your journey to be great leaders of this country. And we look forward to you serving this nation at the end of it all with pride.
I always see myself as someone who likes to give back to humanity, and I would have done so while I was a teacher, but I wanted another avenue in which I can do the same thing, but in a different way, in terms of helping to save lives and to restore health to people.
The government contributing to this is just huge. It's very much appreciated.
Just really hoping to pay back, you know, for the investment they made in me. If my mom and dad is watching, I guess you guys are proud now. I'm on TV.
To people, and mainly young people out there, sometimes the road to success is not easy. You will encounter a lot of bumps along the way, but I will say to you, never give up on your dreams. Go hard, go after it.
For State of Affairs, I'm Annette Moore.
Government pumps millions into CIAP Youth Development Project. Details to this story and more in the National Report. With the details to the news for Wednesday, June 12th, I am Rakisha St. Louis. Government has invested another $2.8 million in youth development as it supports the Climate Smart Agriculture and Rural Enterprise Program CIAP. More than 400 young people will benefit from a 10-month rural development training certified by the National Training Agency in over 15 skills. On Wednesday, 3 service providers, NULO, TAMCC and GNTA, signed a memorandum of understanding for the program, which will target youth between 16 to 35 years. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Finance, Patricia Clark, highlighted the importance of youth training and development.
How do we empower youth? Through education. It is the one thread that no matter where you are in this world is a path for your development. And I really want to commend the institutions that are here because each of you represent key stakeholders for our youth. And when you look at the cross-section of programs that are being addressed in the training and the fact that we're targeting 400 young people from rural communities, every sector from ICT, renewable energy, agriculture, the marine sector, tourism, it tells you that if we continue to partner like this, many things can happen.
CIAP's program manager Byron Campbell says the 10-month program goes beyond just the training, but aims to equip the beneficiaries with lifetime qualifications.
We're looking for sustainable employment, sustainable jobs. The rural development program, the CIAP program, goes beyond just the training because it has resources for business development, business financing also, grant support for the young persons who wish to go into their own business. So this is an important dimension of it. So one needs to see the linkages also, and also supporting those that, in terms of finance jobs, finance sustainable jobs. So it's not just the training, looking for sustainable employment as we go forward. This is a very important part of this particular program.
Each service provider will focus on over 5 skilled areas of training, including fish processing, web development, electrical installation, housekeeping, AC and refrigeration, agro-food processing, printing, and designing.
Our role in this involves provision of the occupational standards on which the training will be based. We have a responsibility for quality assurance in all the training programs and to certify the candidates that have met all of the requirements with Caribbean vocational qualifications.
We are happy to be part of the equation, preparation, opportunity, and which will give them success. We are looking forward to providing a quality and relevant program.
I watch a lot of our young people who have to pay for themselves, and most of the time, one of the things that makes some of them drop out, we have a good number of them who are single parents. And this particular project is identifying support for single parents.
SIAP is a 6-year program funded by the Government of Grenada, the International Fund for Agriculture, and the Caribbean Development Bank to reduce poverty and vulnerability in rural communities. Given the importance of agriculture to the socio-economic development of Grenada, the government has decided to make greater investments in the sector to make it more competitive. The OECS Regional Agricultural Competitiveness Project is one of the investments in the sector. Grenada is one of 2 regional countries that is implementing the OECS Regional Agricultural Competitiveness Project, AGRICOM. The project is being supported with US $4 million in financing by the World Bank. The objective of the project is to improve farmers' and fishers' access to markets. Addressing the weekly post-cabinet briefing on Wednesday, Minister for Agriculture and Lands, Honorable Yolande Bain-Hosford, indicated the benefits of the project.
And the objective of the project is to improve farmers' and fishers' access to markets. The main target beneficiaries for the project are small-scale, organized farmers and fishers, aggregators and agro-processors, which include producer organizations, associations, cooperatives, or similar formal organizations with good legal standing, and small, medium-sized enterprises such as wholesalers, traders, lead farmers with legal standing to act as aggregators and industrial agro-processors. Okay, so persons like the Poultry Association, fishers organizations in communities, and so these small Grenrop, there's a group in Mount Tranquil, there are a number of groups throughout the island who can apply for support under this program.
The AGRICOM project team has had discussions with the Grenada Development Bank to work with potential beneficiaries. Minister Bain-Hosford also spoke of the eligibility criteria that the farmers, fishers, and allied aggregators must meet.
The farmers and fishers and allied aggregators will be eligible only if they are formally participating together in a strategic, productive alliance approved by the project to pursue the stated objective. So they must work together, even though they have individual projects that they are doing, individual things. For example, you have a group of women, 10 women, who are doing different things in the communities. One might be doing confectionery, one might be doing hot pepper sauce, jam, jelly. They must come together as a team. They must come in a cluster. We wouldn't be funding persons individually, just coming with one product, So they must work together as a team. It is expected that the project would have 800 direct beneficiaries, of which a minimum of 25% will be female and a minimum of 25% will be youth, persons between the ages 16 to 35.
The AGRICOM project implementing unit will provide support to applicants in preparation of business idea profiles once the call for proposal is issued. The project will issue its first call for proposals on Thursday, June 13th. This is the National Report. More news when we return.
Every summer, the Spice Island of Grenada is transformed into the Caribbean's biggest party, Spice Man. Come experience the warmth of our people, trending theme fats, the revelry, the pageantry, and why we are the Jab Nation. The Kids Our Future shines on August 3rd in the Children's Carnival Frolic and the Junior Calypso Show. 7 beauties take center stage as the Queen of Carnival is crowned on majestic Thursday, August 8th. The prestigious Soca and Groovy Monarchs are crowned on Carnival Friday night, August 9th. Enjoy the pulsating rhythms of the Still Pan at the Junior and the Senior Panorama on Carnival Saturday, August 10th, and Real Steel, August 17th. The March Gras crowns the Calypso Monarch on Carnival Sunday, August 11th. 2 days of frolicking in the Caribbean sun kicks off on Monday morning, August 12th, with the biggest juve in the world. Followed by pageant and Monday night mass. The creativity and splendor of our mass parades on the road Carnival Tuesday, August 13. Join us in the Jab Nation of Grenada, August 8 to 12 for Spice Mass 2019. Many events, one carnival.
Welcome back. Despite being a public holiday, dozens of residents from various communities in St. David on Monday gathered at the St. David Health Center in Bellevue to capitalize on a range of free oral health, chiropractic and massage therapeutic services currently being provided by a group of Grenadian and Canadian specialists. We get more in this Kevin Frederick report.
The Toronto-based Smile Grenada Carriacou and P.T. Martin Group, headed by Grenadian-born, Canadian-trained dental hygienist Vanessa Felix, returned to Grenada over the weekend for its second dental mission, this time targeting between 300 to 400 persons, including children. In September of 2018, with assistance from the Ministry of Health's Dental Health Department, Smile GCP held its first mission in Grenada at the Guave Health Center in St. John, where close to 200 children of school age and adults benefited from the 4-day dental outreach, which also included a trip to Carriacou. Felix told GIS that due to the huge success of last year's mission, they received several requests for their return, which is why they are back quicker than expected. However, at the start of their 2019 outreach, Felix met with senior managers of the Ministry of Health and later made substantial donations of toothpaste and brushes to 2 primary schools in St. David on behalf of our team. Currently, the mission has a total of 15 volunteers, which includes 3 Grenadians, one of whom is Dr. Sheridan Cyrus, who says that apart from giving back to his home country, he is equally happy to teach and promote the benefits of good oral care. For the National Report, I am Kevin Frederick.
That story just brought the curtains down on the National Report for today, Wednesday, June 12th. Let's recap the top story. Government pumps millions into SIEP Youth Development Project. On behalf of everyone here at the Government Information Service who have made this newscast possible, I am Rikisha St. Louis saying thank you for joining us. Until next time.
Every summer, the Spice Island of Grenada is transformed into the Caribbean's biggest party, Spice Man. Come experience the warmth of our people, trending theme fats, the revelry, the pageantry, and why we are the Jab Nation. The Kids Our Future shines on August 3rd in the Children's Carnival Frolic and the Junior Calypso Show. 7 beauties take center stage as the Queen of Carnival is crowned on majestic Thursday, August 8th. The prestigious soca and groovy monarchs are crowned on Carnival Friday night, August 9th. Enjoy the pulsating rhythms of the Still Pan at the Junior and the Senior Panorama on Carnival Saturday, August 10th, and Real Steel, August 17th. The March Gras crowns the Calypso Monarch on Carnival Sunday, August 11th. 2 days of frolicking in the Caribbean sun kicks off on Monday morning, August 12th, with the biggest juve in the world. Followed by pageant and Monday night mass. The creativity and splendor of our mass parades on the road Carnival Tuesday, August 13. Join us in the Jab Nation of Grenada, August 8 to 12 for Spice Mass 2019. Many events, one carnival.
It's coming, the new family of EC Polymer Notes.
What is different about these notes?
The feel.
Polymer notes are made from a thin plastic film which makes the notes feel smoother than the paper notes.
The orientation.
The notes have a portrait orientation. You will read the notes from top to bottom instead of left to right as you do with the paper notes.
Unique tactile feature.
The front of each note has raised bumps at the top left-hand corner. These bumps form shapes that are familiar to you.
Holographic foil strip.
This feature is on the $20, $50, and $100. When you tilt the notes, the images and colors in this section will change.
New image on the $50.
The back of the $50 bears the image of former governor of the ECCB, the late Honorable Sir K. Dwight Venner.
New signature.
All the notes bear the signature of the current governor, Timothy N.J. Antoine.
EC Polymer Notes. Cleaner, safer, stronger.
Hello, my name is Michaela Williams, winner of the Festival of the Arts Secondary School Solo Pan Competition. And these are my colleagues.
We are members of the Full Comancheros Field Orchestra, your current panorama champions.
Having won 3 of the last full panorama competitions in Spice Mass.
We are inviting you to Spice Mass 2019, especially junior and senior panorama, at the National Stadium on Saturday, 10th August 2019.
Come and enjoy the experience, the excitement, and the skills of the players of the various steel orchestra. Suzuki Pan Wizards,
Republic Bank Angel Apps,
New Dimension,
Panacea,
Melody Warriors,
Rainbow City All Stars, Grand Roy Pan Angels, Digital Florida All Stars,
and of course, Flow Comancheros.
After Panorama, you can join us on the road for Juve and Parade of the Bands on Monday the 12th and Tuesday the 13th of August.
Spice Mass 2019. Don't visit.
The new National Party, NNP UTOM, in association with WeiVybz, presents a pre-Fisherman's Birthday Bingo. On Saturday, 22nd June, the Victoria Park in Grenville, starting time 7 p.m. It's $50,000 in cash and prizes to be won. $50,000 in cash and prizes. Tickets cost $40 for one. Pay $70 and we give you 2 tickets. Music by DJ Chemist. Make it a date. Saturday, 22nd June, Victoria Park, Grenville. $50,000 free Fisherman Birthday Bingo. Don't you dare miss this. Stay up to date with all that's happening with the new National Party, NNP. Send us a message via text or WhatsApp on 405-8683 with your name, email, and constituency. Stay in the know with NNP. Get updated.